Welcome to the Bald Brad Show. Our lead story of the day, per usual, is yesterday's White House press briefing, where Karine Jean Pierre is questioned by Peter Doocy and others on a variety of topics from China to the economy to inflation. We got it all sorted out for today, folks. Before we jump into anything, make sure you support a true American patriot by hitting that like and subscribe button, and maybe more importantly, leaving us a comment down below. The question of the day is, if you were to grade Joe Biden on a letter grade, like you would see in school, an A, B, C, D, or F, which grade would you give him? Can't wait to read these responses below. Again, leave us a comment. Your help and support would be greatly appreciated. Well, the first segment here is Peter Doocy questioning Karine Jean Pierre on a variety of topics because the man goes sometimes a week without getting a question in. So he takes hold of this moment, gets a lot of questions in. Let's go ahead and roll it.
Okay, Peter.
Thanks, Karine. 69% of people polled by CNBC say they have a negative view of the economy. President Biden talks about the economy all the time. What?
He talks
Why
about
aren't people buying it?
He talks about the economy all the time because he wants the American people to know that he's doing everything that he can to make sure that his policies that he's put forward that has shown that he's building an economy that doesn't leave anybody behind, that builds an economy from the bottom up, middle out. And he also talks about the economy, and when you hear him talk about the economy, he talks about how he's prioritizing making sure that we lower inflation. And that is where the American people are, meeting them where they are. He's going to continue to have that conversation beyond.
Where are we supposed to meet Joe again? I'm confused. Like these like points that she makes literally mean nothing. In the same way, Joe Biden says a lot of things that either we don't understand or he doesn't understand, nobody understands, or just don't actually mean anything. Well, he's gonna meet us. He's gonna meet you where he needs to meet you. He's gonna meet you where he wants to meet you. Where are we supposed to be meeting Joe at? Everything this guy touches sucks. The economy literally sucks. The polls are terrible for this guy. And we're supposed to kiss his feet because he fixes something slightly of which he caused by increasing inflation to like 40-year highs, longer than I've even been alive. I mean, the average American's lost over $4,000, but it's supposed to be from the bottom up out, right? Whatever that means, whatever policies he's pushing through, that's supposed to be having some sort of mechanism of helping people from the bottom to the middle class and the working class up. I don't know what any of this is referring to. I look around and I see businesses firing thousands upon thousands of people left and right. McDonald's is literally firing 150,000 people globally. Look how many people Amazon is laying off. Microsoft, Google, you almost name the company. They're laying people off because Joe Biden sucks, but it's his number one issue. This is his number one issue and he can't solve it one bit. One freaking bit. And then everything else that he touches again sucks too. Immigration, foreign policy, which is why Russia invaded Ukraine because he's weak. You got China wanting to invade Taiwan. You got Iran wanting to build a nuclear weapon, wipe us off the face of the earth. You got China doing ICBMs right now, launching those bad boys off. I mean, you look around, everything is disaster. But again, we're supposed to kiss his feet, you guys, because inflation lowered just a tiny bit, even though it's up since Joe Biden's been in office. Make sure you guys send a nice letter to the White House, folks, thanking Joe Biden for all the work he's done for you.
And he understands how important that is for Americans, American families, and so he'll never shy away from that. I know you're reading a poll right now. That is one poll, but he's not going to stop talking about what the American people really care about, which is what are we doing here to make sure that we are addressing the issues and the concerns that they have.
Okay, on China is setting up police stations in the U.S. There's more proof now that they created COVID. There is reason to think that there were more spy balloons than the White House has said. Why is it taking so long for President Biden to call Xi and tell him to cut it out?
We have said over and over again that the president intends to call President Xi. I don't have a call to read out to you.
This is the same. I don't mean to interrupt her, folks. I apologize, but there's so much cockamamie stuff that comes out of her mouth. All I can do is give commentary on it, which is why we're all here. Folks, this whole messaging like, well, he'll get to it. His schedule is just busy. He can't make a phone call. Like, he said he was going to go to Ohio after the train derailment in East Palestine over a month ago. He still has yet to go. He's been everywhere else. Oh, he called Ralph Yarl's family, the black teenager that supposedly went to the wrong house, rang on the wrong doorbell looking for his siblings, literally went to the wrong house. He got shot in the head in the arm. I'm not saying it was a good thing. Thank God he survived. But Joe Biden's going to call him and his family. But, you know, everything else that goes on in America that doesn't fit the narrative isn't going to get Joe Biden's attention. So in the same way here, Joe Biden's in the pocket of the Chinese. We all know that, especially probably the information that the Chinese have on Hunter Biden, the Biden family, just recently, supposedly, allegedly given the Biden family $3 million in money, but they're going to prosecute Donald Trump for $130,000 of hush money, but not look under the hood on anything from the Biden family. Insane. We know what's going on with China and the Biden family. We're all seeing it clear as day. And if we're seeing it clear as day, can you imagine, again, what's under the hood behind the curtain with the Biden family and the Chinese? That's why Joe Biden hasn't called. We all get it at this point.
This time, look, and we've said this before, we believe it's important to maintain open lines of communication with China. We believe that it is an important bilateral relationship, the U.S.-China relationship, even as we're talking about strategic competition with China. And so that has not changed. We're going to continue to move forward in that way.
And then one more. So Monday, you're going to have 3 of the lawmakers who protested
peacefully protested after the Nashville Covenant School shooting. Have any of the victims or the victims' families been invited to the White House? I don't have anything to read out to you about any invite.
Why?
I just don't have anything at this time to read out to you any invite. What I can say to you right now is that the president is focused on getting things done. He's focused on making sure that we are protecting our communities, that we're protecting our schools, that we're protecting our churches, we're protecting our grocery stores.
Does anybody believe this? He's laser focused. I mean, we've heard that term laser focus. Joe Biden hasn't been laser focused in literally decades. Don't give me this. Don't give me this. We've all seen the guy with the teleprompter. Okay, he gets lost. Don't tell us he's focused. He's not focused on anything. Okay. Furthermore, she's going to say, well, he's protecting our cities, he's protecting our neighborhoods, he's protecting our grocery stores. No, he's not. Shut up. Literally, the Democrat-ran areas suck right now in crime. We just showed Compton. Where literally 100 people stormed a freaking Arco. They stormed like an AM, PM and stole a bunch of stuff. There's a reason why REI is leaving Portland. Starbucks left Portland. Walgreens leaving Portland, as well as a bunch of other Democrat-ran cities. Don't give us this crap that he is focused and he's doing everything he can. I'm telling you, this is how she spins it, folks. And you got these people, these other people that aren't Republican or conservatives that just sit there like lap dogs and just sit there and lap all this up. And they believe it. They're sitting there just not working like Joe Biden up here. They're just, oh, look at this, the number one issue. Could you believe it? Could you believe it? And you got the people in the view going, yeah, Joe's really building up an economy. Yeah, his foreign policy is great. Did you hear that, Joy? Joy, did you hear that? Yeah, his foreign policy is just through the roof. Oh, he's doing great. Oh, my God, can you believe it? But can you believe this? Can you believe Trump? Can you believe what Trump did and didn't do? He didn't do anything. And I'll tell you what, he's a racist. He's a racist. And you wouldn't believe this, Joy. Joe Biden works out. Do you guys remember that clip where she got all excited because Joe Biden told her that he works out? That's where the bar's at. The fact that the guy woke up in the morning, went to the toilet, that's him working out, and we're supposed to be all excited about it. This is insane messaging from the White House, but should we expect nothing less, folks? Should we expect anything less from Karine Jean Pierre and the Biden administration? I don't think so.
People, as we know, in Buffalo went to the grocery on a Saturday and got murdered. 10 of them were murdered. We see what's happening in our schools. And that's why he's bringing these legislators here, to have that conversation and to see what else can be done and to highlight that. That's what the president is using the bully pulpit for. That's why he continues to put pressure on Congress to get things done. Make sure that they're showing some courage, Republicans in Congress, to make sure that we're banning assault weapons. And so we cannot have weapons of war in our streets. We cannot have weapons of war in our schools. And so that's why he's bringing them there. He's bringing them here to continue that conversation. All right, go ahead, April.
I just think she's dumb. I hate to say it again. I don't throw that term around all the time. It takes a lot for me to call somebody dumb. She's actually dumb. Okay? This whole administration is dumb. If people are voting for Joe Biden, you got to start questioning their intellect. I'm sure there's some very smart people that voted for Joe Biden, but when you start talking in the realm of wanting to take away your Second Amendment rights, and they'll go, oh, well, you're not taking away your right. You'll still have that right. No, I want the right to choose which firearm is best for me, and the firearm that fits my hand, the grip that fits my hand, the firearm that's either a 22, a 9mm, 45, whatever it may be, depending on the individual, because some women shouldn't be shooting maybe a 45, maybe a 22 is a better fit. Maybe a 9mm is a better fit for them, but you want to sit there and remove what's probably safest for them to shoot and which attachments as well as modifications for that firearm is the safest for them to shoot. You want to do all that because you think, well, there shouldn't be weapons of war on the street. What an idiot. What an idiot. There's weapons. A knife is a weapon of war. A helmet is a weapon of war. A hammer is a weapon of war. Don't give me this. I'm like, we got to remove all the guns. We got to remove the assault weapon. She doesn't even know what an assault weapon is, okay? I'm not even sure she's ever shot a firearm in her entire life. And she's going to sit there and push and peddle all this stuff. I'm not even saying you need to have shot a firearm before to just have some sort of intelligence on this stuff and actually think coherently on the whole idea that there's hundreds of millions of firearms and you're just not going to just take them off the street randomly. Doesn't work that way, but they'll try. They'll try, folks. Again, the question of the day is, if you were to give a letter grade to Joe Biden and the Biden administration, what letter grade would you give him? A through F, let me know, because there's people on the street right now. There are Democrats, and we have footage of it, that literally will give him an A right now. They think he's doing a fabulous job, you guys. These knuckleheads, some of them, literally think Joe Biden's doing a good job. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Moving again into our second segment of the day. We still are on the White House Press Briefing. It is White House Press Briefing all day, folks. We have this gentleman. He's just as bald as me here on the Bald Brad Show, questioning Karine Jean Pierre on the economy, just as you saw from Peter Doocy, where Joe Biden's been basically bragging how things are going. You know, things are looking up. Things are looking bright. We're just in a transition phase. And so this great man always questions Karine Jean Pierre on gas prices, the Putin price hike, and basically the myths that the Biden administration is pushing. Let's go ahead and hear it.
All right, you ready? All right.
So I want to ask about gas prices.
Let's switch sides.
Let's switch to the economy. So, yeah,
Okay.
gas prices. The price of gas has been inching up 24 cents over the past month. Are there any new actions the president's going to take now to bring gas prices down for the summer?
So, as a reminder, gas prices are not where they were a year ago because of the actions that this president has taken. They have gone down by $1.30 since this summer. Again, because of what the president has done. I was being asked about why the president talks about the economy, because he wants to make sure that the American people know the work that he's been doing and how he has put inflation number one thing that he wants to get done as it relates to the economy. And
If you haven't seen the first segment, folks, please go check it out, because what we talked about was the fact that Joe Biden creates a problem, a complete bleep storm, and then when he does something slightly right, and that's even me going beyond what I should be going on or beyond with in terms of giving him some sort of credit here, he creates a massive problem like inflation, like gas prices, blames it on everybody else that he possibly can, and then when he starts chiseling away at it slightly, just slightly, we're supposed to all give him credit for it. I mean, that's a broken window fallacy. You break the window and then you go, well, look at all the jobs I created of the people that have to sit there and create the window itself. They have to install it. They got to putty it. Look at all the jobs I created. Well, you're the one that created the problem in the first place. And now you're trying to pretend like you're solving it after you just got done creating it in the same way that you created the inflation. But now that you're solving it slightly and not really solving it, it's creating more problems than really it needs to. But that's for another video. That we're supposed to sit there and kiss your feet, Joe? I don't think so.
time and time again, we have seen analysts' predictions proven wrong. And so, look, the president has been clear that he will do everything that he can to continue to lower costs for the American people, and that includes calling on oil and gas companies to use the permits and profits available to them to increase production, which is already on track to reach a record high this year.
What are you talking about? Joe, it's literally said he wants to remove the fossil fuel industry. He wants to get rid of it. He wants it to be extinct. But now you're going to say, oh, well, we want you guys to drill more. Use your permits. What? What? No. It's not how, first of all, it's not how it works. And we covered that many of times here in the Bald Brad Show. Just because you have permits, one of the variables that goes involved into that is competition. One company might have a ton of permits, which is going to force the other company to think that they're going to be doing more drilling. They found a hot spot, and then they're going to invest in that hot spot and start doing more drilling because they have more permits. So another company's going to go out and get more permits as well. Just because you have permits does not mean that's a good fit to actually drill. For somebody that does drilling here in terms of viewers of the Bald Brad Show, leave us a comment down below on how all that works so you can educate all of us. But from the information I've gotten, the information I've read, and the research I've done, that is just one piece of many in terms of investing into an area of which you would use for drilling. And by the way, when you have a president that says that basically wants to remove the entire industry off the face of the planet, what incentive is there to invest? Because all you're thinking is, wow, that guy's going to put in more red tape. He's going to make my life harder. Why would I invest more money? It doesn't just happen overnight in terms of drilling, get the rigs out there, the insurance, the people to run the machinery, all that stuff. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes some time. So if Joe Biden, you have an entire swath of the country that basically wants to remove you off the face of this planet in terms of your industry, why would you want to invest into that? Why would that think like a good idea? Like, oh God, gee, you want me to cease to exist? No, let me just pour billions and billions of dollars into this whole thing, knowing that you're going to create a bleep storm, make my life so much harder in terms of drilling. Yeah, okay, it's head spinning. Like I said, that was the thing today. How is Karine going to spin this one? You're seeing it in real time.
Don't have any additional actions to provide to you. I'm being told that we have to go because the president's going to be leaving shortly, and all you have to leave.
Where that meets inflation. So core inflation is basically flat, if we see gas price inflation come back into it, how concerned is the president that inflation will then come back up? And we've seen him resist policy pivots. Are there any concerns is there any examples of the president possibly looking at policy pivots for the future?
So we're always monitoring gas prices, which we know are a key part of families' budgets, which is why the president has done the work that he has. Again, gas prices are not where they were a year ago. They have gone down since it's the highest peak this past summer. And we have always said it will take some time for inflation to come down, and we may see bumps in the roads, but that's why lowering costs and fighting inflation remains the president's top priority. That's why the Inflation Reduction Act is important. That's why the bipartisan infrastructure legislation is so important. That's why the Chimps and Science Act is so important. All of these are part of the president's economic policies to make sure that we meet the American people where they are. And bye, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow.
Folks, that is a 40-minute press briefing right there. You know how many people are in that room? 40-minute press briefing, and this is all they get, and this is all we get. It's ridiculous. And you want to know what's even more ridiculous is the spinning that she does here. Well, gas prices have gone down. Folks, go back when Trump was in office and look at gas prices compared to where gas prices are now. They're up. This is the same messaging that they've been pushing literally since they've been in office. Ever since, February, a couple years ago, or a year ago, I should say, of when Putin invaded Ukraine. Gas prices were already increasing then. And so there's a point in time where Putin invaded Ukraine and gas prices were still in the trajectory of going upwards. And that's where they would like to start the conversation of, well, this is why gas prices are up. It's Putin's price hike. That's the verbiage that they utilize. And we're supposed to all sit there and go, oh, okay, it's Putin's fault. Oh, okay. Oh, Trump did something that there's no connection to this. Let's blame Trump. Yeah, those insurrectionists, those MAGA supporters, those ultra MAGA supporters. Isn't it crazy? Do you guys see the stupidity of it all, the clown show of it all? I'm acting like that because it's so stupid that they actually expect us to believe this stuff. That Joe Biden really cares about you. All the while, Democrat cities are being freaking ran over by gangs, illegal immigrants. Wait till Title 42 is expired here, like in a couple weeks. But Joe Biden's doing everything he possibly can, folks. Make sure you guys, no, take some time out of your day here to get a nice pen, get a nice piece of paper, maybe put a little spritzer on it to make it smell nice for Joe Biden since he likes sniffing stuff. Leave him a nice little letter, folks, for him, okay? And tell him just what a great job you're doing, Joey. Here's a little gift card for you, okay, to Target or Walmart. Get yourself a little something, Joe. All right, because you deserve it, big boy. You deserve it because, boy, oh boy, we've never been better as a country. We've never been stronger, Joe, and it's all because of you. Let them know, you guys. According to Karine Jean Pierre, we should really let them know. We should don't even look at the polls. It was only one poll that Peter Doocy brought up. It's only one poll. Insane. Insane is the great word, and it's a word that I'm going to continue to use, folks. If you haven't gone over to our website, baldbrad.com, go down below, folks. We're drinking out of our mugs here. I'm telling you, you can put any coffee you want in here, okay? It's going to taste better. I'm telling you, it's going to taste. You're going to feel more patriotic. You got the American flag on the back. And by the way, I've scrubbed the heck out of this thing, and it is nowhere near coming off. This stuff is glazed on, folks. We got shirts. We got books here, folks. If you haven't gone over, again, Amazon. We're in Walmart, supposedly. When that happened, I have no idea. I don't know how it got into Walmart, but it's in Walmart. It's at Barnes & Nobles. Pick yourself up a copy. It's good stuff, folks. I'm telling you how the left is destroying America. You're seeing it in real time. You're living it. You might as well read about it. Educate yourself so that you have ammunition to fight back against the left. Your Democrat friends, maybe your mom or dad, or your aunt, your uncle, heck, your wife. Be careful with that one, folks. With that being said, support us by hitting that like and subscribe button. Leave us a comment down below. Again, the question of the day is, if you were to grade Joe Biden, what letter grade would you give him between an A and an F? I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of Fs there. That's probably the truthful answer. But be honest what you give him. Maybe some of you give him a C. Heck, I don't know. My letter grade, giving him is an F. But let me know what you think about that. Again, send us with your friends and family all over social media. And folks, I'll see you tomorrow here on The Bald Brad Show.